Now, as a designer, I have the horrible curse of looking at everything with a really, really critical eye, and instead of looking at it and thinking whether it looks nice or not, I look at it in terms of the colour scheme, the balance, the finer details of what should and shouldn't be there, which makes reviewing the looks of kits even more fun and even much more of a nightmare. But I thought today I would do just that, and I would stick all of the Championship home kits from this season into a tier list now that Birmingham have finally decided to actually announce their home kits just over a week away from the start of the season. So, these are the tiers that I have got that I'm going to be dropping all the home kits into. So the top tier is Shut Up and Take My Money. This is the tier with the kits in that I would basically pick up without even a second thought and would storm up to the till in the club shop and wouldn't even look at the price. I wouldn't have even glanced at the price tag. I would have just said, I want this shirt, I don't care how much it is, take my money, here's my card, put my card in the machine, tap it on, Apple Pay, whatever, don't care, take my money. The second one is Straight in My Basket. So this is one that I'd have a good look at and I'd think, you know what, it's a nice shirt that, I'll put it in. I'm not rushing to the tills yet, but it's one that I certainly like the look of and one that I'm definitely looking to purchase. Third tier is mid-table mediocrity. I'd walk past this shirt, I'd sort of give it or take it, you know, if I was asked to buy it, or, you know, if it was for a specific reason of any use, I probably would, but if I didn't have to buy it, I'd happily leave it. And the bottom tier is Get in the Bin. This is the shirt I would actually take the effort of picking off the shelf, not walking to the till with it, but dropping it in the nearest bin. Maybe the shirt that you'd actually have to pay me to wear, and I'm not talking like an allegiance point of view, like on a stag do or anything, you know, you're not gonna have to pay me to wear a Sunderland or a Leeds shirt here. I'm just saying, these are the shirts that look so bad, they would be going straight into the bin. So first up, we have Sheffield Wednesday, the new boys who aren't looking particularly great at the moment, and their kit isn't either. Now, striped kits are always a bit of a hit and miss with me. They can either look really nice if you do something special with them, or really, really boring. This is kind of in the middle. Quite like the blue and the white that Sheffield Wednesday always adopt, and I like the little white pinstripe they've got going down the middle of the blue stripes. It's a nice touch, it's smart, but I don't know what they're doing with this gold trim. It's like a gold or a mucky green, a beige. It just doesn't look good at all, and it lets the shirt down for me. So, you know, it's not the worst shirt in the world. It's mid-table mediocrity, but it certainly could do without that weird gold beige trim. Next up, we have Blackburn Rovers. Now, Blackburn's kits, they're always the same. I kind of feel for their fans a little bit. They know what they're getting with this shirt. Blue on the left, white on the right, but I think this is especially bad. I take a lot of thought into the sponsor, which might be right, might be wrong, but I think the sponsor plays a huge part in the look of a home shirt. It could make or break a home shirt for me, and I don't think this is particularly a nice shirt anyway. I think the colour looks really weird with the light blue. The Rovers that's embroidered or seemingly placed in behind the blue just looks really, really strange as well, and I think overall it's just a little bit boring. But that sponsor is a double whammy of bad. It's just an ugly sponsor and an ugly logo anyway, but the red, it just upsets the balance of the shirt and makes it look really just horrible. And I don't know why they've stuck a big black stroke around the Blackburn logo either. That's not anywhere else on the shirt. I don't get what they've done here. There's a lot I don't like about this Blackburn shirt, and yeah, it would be going straight into the bin. Sunderland. Now, this is where I must put my allegiance to the borough aside and look at this kit without the badge on it. But no, seriously, another striped kit. So again, not much you can do, but I think it's quite a nice kit from Sunderland. I always quite like the red, white, and the little bits of black that they have on their shirts. I would have liked a bit more black, maybe on the edge of the sleeve potentially, but I think other than that, a bit different with white all across the top of the torso and around the neck. Maybe they could have done something a little bit better with the collar, but overall, it's alright. Sponsor looks fine. Red, white, and black's a good combo. It's mid-table mediocrity. Huddersfield Town. Now, this is a strange one. There's things I like, there's things I don't like. The blue and the white looks quite nice. The little light bits of light blue trim on the, edge of the dark blue looks nice. I like this sort of pattern they've got going on in behind the blue, adds something different to the shirt. But the gold's odd. I don't know why Huddersfield have added gold to their shirt, unless it's an anniversary of some kind. They've not won the league, they're not the champions or anything. So the gold doesn't quite work. It gets a bit lost, I think, especially the sponsor. The Umbro gets lost with the gold. You know, the Huddersfield logo looks alright because they've put the gold round it and it's a solid white logo, but the Umbro just looks weird on the blue, and the Utilita logo as well looks really odd. So there's things I like, things I don't. The gold, I think, offsets it a little bit, so it's going to join the others in mid-table mediocrity. Rotherham United. Now, Rotherham always make smart kits, I feel. I always like the red on the torso and the white sleeves. I like it. It's a nice touch, and I love the collar. Gotta love a nice collar on a football shirt, and just the way that they've alternated. You know, they went from fully red with a little bit of white on the main shirt with fully white sleeves with a little bit of a red trim at the end of the sleeves, and I love how they flipped it on the collar as well, so you've got a white collar with red trim. Really, really nice. The pattern they've got, again, in behind is a common theme with shirts nowadays that works, and I always have a soft spot for a team that has a local, you know, a local sponsor, a local company as the sponsor on the shirt instead of a betting company. You know, the fact Rotherham Hospice is on there is a lovely touch. So yeah, I would put that Rotherham shirt in my basket. It's smart and I like it. Stoke City, Christ alive, what on earth is that? This, and I got a feel for Stoke fans because their kits are always the same, but this, even for a Stoke kit, is pretty bad. I mean, it is as boring of a striped kit as it gets. I mean, the red and the white is as bland as it gets. There's too many stripes for me. Nothing going on with the collar. It doesn't even look like it's got one. And yeah, the black, just nothing to it really. It's a really bland, boring shirt for me. Could have done much more with it. Too many stripes. It's a Stoke shirt. Nothing ever is going to be that special about it. So yeah, that is, it's bad. It's going in the bin. Ipswich Town. Now, I always like Ipswich shirts for the colour scheme. I love the darkish, well, not dark blue, but it's a little bit of a dark blue with the white, but not sure on it this year. The white on the sleeves is a bit odd. You know, there's not really much shape to it. It looks a little bit all over the place. Could have added a bit of white to the collar, maybe. And the sponsor just looks weird. I don't know what it is about the sponsor. It just is too long and narrow. I don't know. The sponsor's not one for me. But the colour scheme's nice enough. They just could have done more with it. So yeah, it's another one that's going into the mid-table of mediocrity. Plymouth Argyle. Oh my God. Simplicity done right. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is, you know what, tip my money. Tip my money, Plymouth. I will drive 8,000 miles or whatever it is from here to Plymouth. I would happily come back with that. It is beautiful. I mean, the green already that Plymouth have, you know, as part of their brand and their team colours is already gorgeous for me. It's a great green. It's very smart. Reminds me of like what Aston Martin have in F1. And the gold is just a beautiful touch. I mean, it, you know, squares off the sleeves, nice thick collar, simple with the logos, a nice gold stroke around the Plymouth logo and the gold sponsor. There's nothing out of place. It's simple, it's smart, and shut up and take my goddamn money. That shirt is gorgeous. Swansea City. Always like a white shirt, me. White is just, ask my fiance. My wardrobe is full of just white things. Harder to keep clean, but you can't go wrong with it. And I think that's the same with Swansea. Nice white shirt, like the sleeves, like the black around the collar. The first, and I think the only home shirt with the vertical aligned crests, which is always a hit and miss. I kind of like it. I like that. I like the black that squares off the trim at the end of the sleeves. I'm not too sure on the sort of pattern that they're going with here. It's all right. The one thing that I would say lets it down is the orange logo. It just looks really, really out of place. But it's all right. Nothing too special. It's smart enough, but it's not going in my basket. It's mid-table, I would say. Millwall. Now, this is a nice shirt, and Millwall home shirts usually are. I like the colour scheme of the navy blue and the white. It just works, complements it. You know, both colours complement each other so well, and I'm a bit jealous because I've been a little bit disappointed with Area since they come back to start designing the Borough shirts, but they've done a great job with Millwall shirt. Like I say, just the standard Millwall shirt's nice anyway, but the collar, thick white, looks really, really nice on the sleeves too. But I love what they've done with this sort of texture, this touch of light blue that merges into black as it goes up the shirt. Really nice touch. Doesn't take too much away from the sponsor, doesn't upset the shirt and make it look like there's too much going on. And they know that because as soon as it hits the sponsor, the light blue turns into black, which is much more subtle, but you can still notice it. It doesn't disappear. You can't not see it. It's there. It's nice. It's clever. And it's going straight in my basket. I wouldn't say it's quite top tier, but it is a very, very smart looking home shirt. West Bromwich Albion, and another shirt that is always cursed by the vertical stripes. It's not bad, this. Only the 3 defined vertical stripes, which I kind of like. Not too much going on. Doesn't take anything away from the crest or the sponsor. But there's not much else to it. The collar's a bit boring. I appreciate that they've put a bit of blue around the Puma logo so you can still see it. And the West Brom logo looks nice. Sponsor's good as well. They've put blue around the white around the bits that clash with the blue, and blue around the bits that clash with the white. So the logo still stands out. It's alright. But it's nothing special. It could be worse. It could be Stokes, but it's not. So yeah, it's mid-table. Preston North End. Ho ho! Castor. Oh boy. Now I know people often mention Castor's material and quality is not the best, but they are the best shirt designing brand company out there at the minute. Not even in football, in F1, in all sports, cricket, you name it. Castor just can't design a bad shirt for me. They're just me all over. I love their shirts, and Preston's is a winner. I mentioned earlier with the Swansea shirt, I love a white shirt. The navy blue as well on the Preston shirt is always nice, but I love the touch of these very faint, I don't know if they're light grey or light, very, very light blue stripes on the shirt. Just adds that extra little element that when you notice it, you appreciate it. And I always like it when the collar matches up with the sleeve. It's something that they've not done on Borough's home shirt area, but the fact it matches up so nicely, it's just such a great touch. Castor make beautiful, beautiful kits. Preston's is another smart one, and like with Plymouth, it's going straight in my... Actually, no, it's not going to... It's going in my basket, and I'm running to the till. Take my goddamn money. Hull City, a divisive kit, I would say. I don't think everyone's a fan of the orange and black, but I quite like it. I quite dig the Hull City colour scheme. And, they can vary it up from season to season. Again, a bit like the West Brom kit. Not too many stripes here, which I like. Again, nicely placed with the logos. The only thing I would say is the sponsor being white just, stands out a bit and doesn't quite fit. But other than that, it's quite a sharp shirt. I like the way that they've sort of squared off the bottom of the shirt with the orange trim. It's smart. I like that shirt. I'm gonna put it in my basket. I quite like that shirt from Hull City. It's smart. It's sharp. It's striking, and the colour scheme's nice. Leeds United. Now, if it was based on football clubs I don't like, it would be in the bin. But, hear me out, Leeds fans. I've always liked Leeds' kits. As I say, I'm a sucker for all-white kits. I think they're just smart, naturally. But I'm a bit disappointed in this from Adidas. There's not enough going on for me. I think maybe a bit like the Preston kit, if there was another slight bit of white on the shirt, maybe an added pattern in the background, it might have helped. The sleeves look really boring. The collar looks really boring. Bit of blue on the shoulder, but that's Adidas. It's just boring. There's not much to this shirt at all. It's simple, but unlike the Plymouth shirt with the collar, the sleeves, it looks like it's half finished, so it's not quite there for me. I'd say missed potential with that one from Adidas, but it's not bad. It's right in the middle, that one for Leeds, but I wouldn't lie if I said I was a little bit disappointed. Cardiff City. Oh, I don't know about this one. New Balance, I don't know what you're doing here. I admire this sort of pattern that they got going on down the middle of the shirt, but there's something about it I don't like. The sleeves as well, sort of a boring blue. The collar as well, it's a weird shape. I like the button, but yeah, there's something about this shirt I'm not a fan of, and I don't know what it is. But it's not bad. It's another one that I sort of don't love, I don't hate. Not got much to say, really, so yeah, Cardiff, it's going right in the middle as well. QPR. Christ. I mean, I thought our shirt wasn't the best from Area, but they've managed to actually make a worse one. This is bad from Area. I don't know what they're thinking with this. Why so much red? That's my only question. I would accept the red trim around the collar and the sleeve, but why they've got accents of red on every hoop of blue and white, I don't know. And why on earth they've made the Area and the QPR logo especially red, I have no idea. Too much red. I don't know what Area were thinking. They've gone way too far. They got carried away. Someone's got carried away. and I think it ruins the shirt completely. So much so that it looks pretty darn ugly. So for me, it's going in the bin. Birmingham City. Well, they've left it late, Nike, to give us Birmingham shirt. And instead of saving the best till last, they might have saved one of the worst till last, because this is another one I really don't like. I mean, Nike look like they couldn't have put any less effort into this if they tried. The light blue is bland, it's boring, and what on earth is going on in the middle of the shirt here? I mean, it's just a weird pattern, it's strange, it doesn't make sense, and the sponsor, it doesn't look real. It looks like it's been photoshopped on top of the shirt. There's no stroke around it, no shadow behind it. It shouldn't be there. It looks wrong. It just, yeah, this is another really bad shirt, and nothing on the collar, nothing on the sleeve, no pattern behind the blue, a really weird pattern behind the sponsor. It's a big miss from Nike, and it's another one that's going straight in the bin. Bin's filling up here. Leicester City. Now, Leicester City shirts are always samey, but smart with Adidas, I would say. I always like the white that they have, the three stripes that go down. The fact that they've also aligned it with the colour of the collar, I always like. They could have done that with the Leeds shirt. Could have made the collar light blue, you know what I mean? A bit like they have with the Leicester shirt here. Have that secondary colour kind of bleed into the neck and make up the collar. But yeah, I like what they've done, and I like what they've done in the background of the shirt as well. These little vertical lines that sort of fade into the top of the shirt, fade into the bottom, and the little foxes. I always like it when they personalise a shirt with a football club like that. It's smart from Adidas. Given the fact that their Leicester shirts always look the same, they've added a few touches to this one that make it look really, really nice. And I rate it. That could be a title winner for me. So yeah, straight in my basket. Very nice. Watford, Christ, that's a shirt you will see from a mile away. And a shirt I reckon will have a lot of people talking one way or the other. I like it. I do like it. I think it's different. I respect the fact that Watford always do something different with their home kits. And it's unique as well, which I like. I also like the placement of Kelmer, is it? Kelmer's logo. They've placed it very cleverly on the yellow there, so you can still see it amidst all of what's going on. And unlike other shirts where the sponsor just gets lost in all the stuff that's going on with stripes and whatnot, they've added a big black stroke around the sponsor here, which doesn't look out of place like the Birmingham sponsor, but it also ensures that the sponsor is still visible, and I think that works. The Kelmer logo could have been white, but it might have clashed with the yellow, so they've made it work, I think. The balance works. I think they've made all the right choices, and it's a smart shirt for me. It's probably one that a lot of people might love, might hate. I like it, and I'll put the Watford home shirt straight in my basket. Borough! Oh, crikey area. I've ranted about this enough on Twitter, but they were so close to making a really good Borough shirt here. Borough don't have blue on their home shirts very often, but most of the time when they do, it's a winner. When we went up in the Premier League, we had it, and we also had it in the 94 retro shirt, which I bought and I love. It's my favourite home kit of all time. So when I heard that they were making blue, they were adding blue to the home shirt, I thought we're going to be in for one of the best kits in years. And then I saw it. What have Area done here? I mean, Borough always have the white band, as you guys know, but they've sort of got rid of it, but they haven't. I wanted a break from the white band, and you take them two big, thick, ugly white bands out, it's actually a decent shirt, because the Unibet logo, for me, always upsets the shirt. It's just a horrible, awkward shape. It's not too long, it's not tall enough, it's just there. But without them white bands, it would have actually looked quite nice. And I did create my own version of this, and I might upload it if I've got it still. I might stick it on the screen for you guys to see. But yeah, them bands are too thick, too ugly. There's already enough going on in that area. They're too close to the crest, and it's the first thing you look at for me. They shouldn't be there. And the one thing I do like is the blue on the sleeve with the red and the white. I think it's actually really smart. Why they've not matched it up with the collar, I have no idea. Like with Preston, like with Plymouth, just match the sleeve with the collar. It's just do it. It's simple. But they didn't. It makes the sleeve then look odd and the collar then look lost. The white band's too close to the crest. I could go on and on and on. There's nothing going on with the red. It's quite boring. I'm not a fan of Borough's shirt this season. It's all just wrong. But I would never put a Borough shirt in the bin. So as much as I'm very disappointed with Area and their home kit this year, I've got to just put Borough's shirt in mid-table mediocrity. but I'm not a fan of it. Southampton. Oh, Christ, Hummel, what have you done? Too much going on. Too much going on with the stripes here. I mean, it's not so bad on the red with the darker pinstripes. That works. But then you've got the white, which clashes with the black colour, when there's black nowhere else on the shirt other than the Hummel logo, which is lost anywhere in everything that's going on here. The sleeves are obviously alternated, which I just don't like. Uniformity, I just don't like it. Yeah, not a fan. It's not a good shirt for me. Hummel have let themselves down there. Just too much going on, a bit messy, and yeah, Southampton's shirt is going in the bin. Norwich City. You've got to be one for the colour scheme. With Norwich, yellow and green isn't everyone's favourite colour combo, and it's not my favourite either, but they've had worse shirts. The green hoops, maybe a bit too much. A bit like the Borough shirt, I think the logos get a bit lost when they're surrounded by the vertical or the horizontal bands, but the Lotus logo's smart enough. The collar and sleeves are a bit bland. They've basically just went yellow with bits of green here, here, here. The crests could have been, or at least the sponsor or the manufacturer, the designer's logo could have been black, but could have just been a bit more to it for me. It's alright for a Norwich shirt. They can quite easily be hits and misses, but that one I'd say is right in the middle. Bristol City. Now this is a nice shirt. They've got stuff going on, but not too much. Balance is good. O'Neill's, never heard of them, but they've designed a very nice kit for me. The red and the white, always sharp. I would have rather them done something like this with the Borough shirt, with the pinstripes or thinner stripes across the band. But this is nice, Bristol City. I don't know why there's a black stroke around the logo, but other than that, it's quite nice how they flipped it with the sleeves and the collar. Like I said, I love it when the sleeves and collar match. You know, not enough going on to take away from the sponsors, the crests and everything that's going on, and I think the colour scheme's really nice. It's a smart shirt from Bristol City. It's not top tier, but it's certainly one that I would put in my basket. And finally, Coventry City. Oh boy, Hummel, you have had a shocker once again. I normally like Coventry shirts because they're different. Sky blue, it's different from any other shirt in the league, but I'm not too sure what's happened here. The dark bits of pinstripe would actually probably look alright, but they just get in the way of the sponsor, which just looks horrible. It doesn't stand out. There's nothing, no border, no stroke, no shadow. It looks lost behind the shirt weirdly, and there's this pattern behind the blue and the white which just makes the shirt look pixelated and blurry to me. I don't quite understand what they've done there. I would have liked it if they'd have added maybe a white collar or white trim at the end of the sleeve. There's a random red logo on the side of the sleeve which I just can't stop looking at. It just looks weird. But the sponsor really lets it down, and once again Hummel's logo just gets lost amongst the shirt. I think it did on another shirt as well, which I can't remember, but Coventry is one that I usually like, but not one I like this year. And yeah, sadly, it's another home shirt going in my pretty filled up bin right now. So guys, there is my tier list for the home shirts this season. As you can see, I'm a little bit fussy, but yeah, a lot of shirts that I just don't really feel much for. Quite a few I don't like, but there are certainly some crackers in there. Plymouth and Preston, I'm talking to you. But yeah, if you want to try this out yourself, I will put a link in the description for you guys to try out this very own tier. Or alternatively, you can just comment in the comment section below by just listing the tiers and what shirts you have in each one. But other than that, please give this video a like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, as I'll be bringing a lot more championship and football related content to the channel now the season is on the way. Do hit the bell too so you never miss an upload also. But until next time guys, thank you so much for watching. If this video does well enough, I might do one on the away kits, which will certainly be exciting and interesting. But until then, take care and I'll see you all next time.